The story begins with a group of students walking toward high school. Among them is a girl named Hana, who appears strikingly beautiful. Everyone around her can't stop talking about her looks. Some try to greet her, others try to make small talk, but she doesn't respond to any of them. It's not because she's proud or arrogant, but because Hana's biggest problem is that she doesn't know how to be social or connect with people. When Hana enters the school, she immediately pulls out her phone. We see that she's popular on an app called Insta, one of the biggest social media platforms in their world. Every student uses it to post about everything happening in their lives. Hana scrolls through her feed confidently, walking up the stairs as if she owns the place. But suddenly, two boys rush down the stairs and bump into her. She gets annoyed, ready to scold them, but then everything shifts. The entire moment disappears. Turns out, it was all just in her imagination. In reality, Hana isn't popular, attractive, or special at all. She's just a quiet girl who blends into the background. She realizes that what she was imagining, a version of herself loved and admired, was nothing more than a daydream. When the two boys actually come back to apologize, one of them casually asks if she's even in their class. Hana tells them no, but she's clearly hurt. Their reaction makes her feel even more invisible, like she barely exists. Later in class, every student is glued to their phone, laughing and chatting on Insta. The room is full of energy and noise, but Hana sits alone, disconnected from everyone. She also has an account on the app, but she doesn't know what to post or how to make people notice her. She keeps staring at the screen, trying to write something interesting, but nothing comes to mind. She groans loudly to herself, complaining that she'll never be good at this. When she realizes a boy nearby might have heard her, she quickly apologizes, but the boy says he didn't even notice she was there. That one simple comment hits her harder than it should, because it confirms what she already knows. Nobody ever notices her. Soon after, the class president, Choi, stands up and tells everyone to place their homework on the desk. When someone asks about PE class, Choi smiles and says they'll stay inside today. The entire class cheers, excited to have more time to use Insta. Hana watches the way everyone respects Choi and thinks to herself, so this is what a social person looks like, someone everyone likes and listens to. Then Choi notices two students missing and calls their names. When they finally show up, the atmosphere changes. They joke around with Choi, laughing like old friends. Hana quietly observes one of them, a good-looking boy who instantly captures everyone's attention. She later learns his name is Jun, and that he's training to become a celebrity. Watching him smile and joke effortlessly, Hana thinks maybe it's his looks that make him so confident and social. After school, Hana calls her mother to ask what's for dinner. Her mother casually tells her that the family already went out to eat without her. Hana freezes, hurt and angry. Her mother says she just forgot to invite her, which only makes it worse. Hana hangs up, feeling completely left out. As she walks home, someone bumps into her again. She sighs in frustration, but this time, as she walks away, the person who hit her turns around and looks at her, almost as if he recognizes her. When she finally gets home, she sits down and tries again to post something on Insta, but no one likes, comments, or responds. The next day, on her way to gym class, Jun, the same handsome trainee from before, stops her in the hallway. He says he forgot his phone and asks if he can borrow hers. Hana's heart starts racing as she quickly hands it over. As she waits, she can't stop staring at him, admiring how effortlessly cool he looks. She wants to say something, anything, but hesitates. When Jun finishes and gives her phone back, he smiles and tells her to hurry, or she'll miss gym class. She asks if he's coming, but he says he's not feeling well and is going to the nurse's office. Later, she quietly replays her short conversation with Jun over and over again, feeling a small spark of happiness that she finally talked to someone. When class ends, the students return to the classroom. One of the girls suddenly realizes her lipstick is missing. Since Hana was the last person to leave the room earlier, everyone immediately looks at her. Hana panics and tries to explain, but her voice is too quiet. No one listens. Just as she's about to break down, Jun walks in and stops them. He calmly says he was actually the last one to leave the classroom, not Hana. Everyone goes silent. Then Jun spots the missing lipstick on a nearby desk. and picks it up. He tells them to stop jumping to conclusions and to apologize to her. They do, awkwardly, and walk away. Hana stays frozen in her seat. For the first time, someone defended her. The class president, Choi, walks up and asks if she's okay, telling her she should have spoken up for herself. But before Hana can answer, June steps in again, saying maybe Choi's tone made her too nervous to talk. Choi raises an eyebrow, surprised, and asks if June's feeling all right. She'd heard he went to the nurse earlier. He says he's fine, then turns to Hana and gently asks if she's okay. She nods, too shy to speak, but inside she's bursting with happiness. When she finally gathers the courage to thank him, June gets her name wrong. That one small mistake crushes her. As she waits for the bus, still hurt, she notices a phone lying next to her. It's full of Insta notifications, messages, posts, comments. The phone clearly belongs to someone popular from school. Curious, she starts scrolling and realizes this phone might help her understand how people connect online. Later, it's revealed that June was the one who sent those boys to apologize to her on the very first day. The next day, a group of girls who act like reporters visit the company that trains young men to become celebrities. The company has one strict rule: trainees aren't allowed to show their faces in public. The girls try their best to take pictures of the trainees, only to fail miserably. Then, out of nowhere, the handsome boy from Hana's high school shows up. Unlike everyone else, he doesn't bother hiding his face. Within hours, his photo is uploaded on Insta, and people figure out exactly who he is and what grade he's in, breaking every rule of the trainee contract. June goes back to school, casually dominating the basketball court like it's nothing. When he returns to class, the teacher announces that June ranked first in the latest exam, as usual. The class claps, he nods with quiet confidence, and life goes on. Meanwhile, Hana walks home holding the phone she found. She dreams of being the admin of Insta, so she can finally understand how people think. When she turns on the phone, her wish weirdly comes true. She's actually logged in as the admin. Suddenly, she can see everyone's anonymous posts and who wrote them. The next day, a new student joins the school. Hana walks into class thinking she now knows everything thanks to that magical phone. She overhears her classmates gossiping and tries to join in, but completely misunderstands the topic, mixing it up with a cartoon. The others are stunned, whispering that she's pretending to be smart. Later, Hana spots a classmate whose post she read on Insta about losing his earphones. Trying to help, she asks if he needs a new pair. He gets suspicious. How could she know that? When she dodges the question, he storms off, leaving her embarrassed. The teacher enters and tells them to be quiet, saying they're the loudest class in school. Then the new transfer student walks in, the same guy who stepped out of the car earlier. He looks strict, almost like a soldier, and gives off serious energy. The teacher asks him to introduce himself before leaving. June and his friend go over to greet the newcomer, who quickly learns June trains at an entertainment company. When he brings it up, June gets uncomfortable, grabs his friend, and leaves to eat pizza. Hana, meanwhile, overhears some classmates talking about a video that was uploaded and deleted from Insta. She realizes she can find the original post through the admin account. She rushes off before anyone notices her. At the same time, June returns to class to grab his phone and finds a note on his desk telling him to meet someone in the auditorium. When he arrives, it's Hana. She's thrilled he actually showed up. She shows him a video of someone singing horribly, a clip that everyone's been laughing at online. She tells him he's the guy in the video. June denies it completely, pretending he has no clue, and walks out. Back in class, the president, Choi, asks him to record a video with her. He refuses, clearly annoyed. Then Hana walks in. June quickly pulls her aside to talk in private, while the new student quietly watches them leave. They head to a quiet spot in the school, where Hana declares this will be their secret meeting place. June demands to know what she wants. Flashback to earlier, Hana had told him she'd delete the embarrassing video if he did her a favor. She wanted him to publicly confess that he liked her. June was shocked, but Hana insisted she wanted to be famous, and only someone popular like him could make that happen. The next morning, June becomes the center of attention. His photos have gone viral, and his classmates rush to take pictures with him. Then we flash back to when Hana made her deal. He'd confess in front of everyone that he liked her. June had refused at first, saying he couldn't do that as a trainee. She'd promised to keep his secret if he helped her, and reluctantly, he agreed. In the present, Hana thanks him for agreeing, but he reminds her it's only because she blackmailed him. She lays out the plan. He has to confess during the first class of the day. June gets irritated, saying the idea is ridiculous. Hana suggests he do it after his basketball match instead. Still annoyed, he tells her ideas are outdated and that popularity comes from good behavior, not fake drama. She shrugs and tells him to come up with his own plan. That night, Hana scrolls through Insta, seeing everyone posting about confession day. She pictures June actually doing it and blushes with excitement. June, on the other hand, sits in his room frustrated, trying to find a way out of her scheme. While Hana keeps scrolling, she notices several girls chatting about the new transfer student. Even though he's only been at school for a week, he's already famous. She searches his name on Insta but finds nothing. The next day, Hana walks through the hall watching pairs of students acting like couples. She becomes desperate for fame. Lost in thought, she bumps into the new transfer student, dropping her phone. She apologizes, and he picks it up with a calm, unreadable look. It seems like the new transfer student already knows Hana from before. Meanwhile, June walks into class where the class president, Choi, tells him someone just confessed their love, so it's his turn next. Hana enters, expecting June to confess like they planned, but he hesitates and walks off. She's clearly disappointed. While wandering through the schoolyard, two boys playing around accidentally splash water on her. Hana freezes, unsure what to do. June steps in, shielding her from the water, and right there, in front of everyone, he confesses his love. Hana says nothing and walks away. As she heads upstairs, she bumps into the new student again. He helps her and remembers the time she nearly fell when both he and June had grabbed her arms at once to keep her from falling. After walking away, the new student calls his company director, saying he wants to stay and graduate from this school. The director immediately guesses it's because of his old flame. When asked if anyone else is training under the company, he says he's the only one, and that's when he realizes June lied about being a trainee. Later, June finds Hana and asks why she was standing with that guy. She tells him he's just an old friend. They sit down together, and June presses for details. She explains that she and Young grew up in the same neighborhood 6 or 7 years ago, but lost contact when he moved away. June brings up his public confession, saying he did exactly what she wanted, but Hana complains that she's still not famous on Insta. She suggests she could reject him in front of everyone to get more attention. That crosses the line. June gets angry, but she reminds him of the embarrassing video she still has, forcing him to agree. They make a new deal. June will teach her how to be more social. He tells her to focus on what makes her unique, instead of trying too hard. Inspired, Hana decides to try his advice immediately. She spots two classmates upset and tries comforting them, but it backfires. June tells her she approached it all wrong. During PE class, she decides to impress everyone by showing off her athletic skills. She kicks the ball way too hard, trips and faceplants, another fail. She keeps trying different ways to fit in, but nothing works. June finally takes her aside and tells her flatly that she's going about everything wrong. Hana breaks down crying, saying he'll never understand because he's already popular. June admits that his entire trainee image is a lie. Without it, he'd just be a regular guy like everyone else, and if people found out, his reputation would crumble. Hana gently tells him that even if he weren't a star, he'd still be well-liked. As she walks away, she sees two students picking on Mong, June's friend. Something about it doesn't sit right with her. The next day, Hana arrives at school in a cheerful mood. The new student, Young, secretly sketches a picture of her, intending to give it to her, but before he can, Choi approaches Hana and starts chatting. Hana feels thrilled, finally. Someone's including her. Choi invites her to lunch with their group, and Hana eagerly accepts. On the way, she runs into Young again. He teases her, saying her face still looks the same as when they were kids, full of wrinkles from frowning too much. Hana snaps, telling him not to talk like that. Young says she's only acting tough because June confessed to her, but she insists she's just trying to move on and not be her old self anymore. At lunch, Choi officially welcomes Hana into their group. They ask about her relationship with June and his confession. Then Le-young joins them, bringing up their childhood together and how he used to protect her. In front of everyone, he pointedly asks Hana what her decision is regarding June, making it clear he's jealous. He starts hinting about June's training, subtly exposing that the whole thing might be fake. Later, June runs into Le-young outside school. Le-young tells him that if he's really a trainee, he should be at the agency right now since there's a class happening. June tries to dodge the topic, but Le-young grabs him and calls him out, saying he's a liar, not a trainee, not a star. June realizes Le-young knows the truth and assumes Hana must have told him. Le-young angrily accuses June of deceiving Hana, unaware that she already knew everything and was the one who pushed the plan from the start. Furious and hurt, June walks away. Meanwhile, Hana sits with her new friends at a restaurant, smiling brightly. She tells them it's her first time ever eating out with others. Young's phone rings, and he steps outside to answer it. Choi leans over and asks Hana what she really thinks about June. Hana, flustered, says she's still figuring that out. But her mind drifts to the two girls she saw walking with Young earlier. Pretending she needs the bathroom, she sneaks off to follow him. Outside, Hana finds Young giving money to a rude girl. When she steps in, he snaps, scolding her for meddling in things she doesn't understand. Hurt, she leaves and later tries messaging June, but he deliberately ignores her texts. When she sees him in class, he won't even look at her. Instead, he humiliates her in front of everyone by refusing to speak to her at all. Le-young sees her sitting there, upset, and pulls her outside. He asks why she keeps hanging around June, and whether she likes him because he's handsome or because he's supposedly a trainee. Hana stays silent, tears welling up, and turns to leave. He grabs her arm to stop her, just as June walks out and sees it. Le-young blurts out that June isn't a trainee and that he's been lying to everyone. Hana, startled, defends June, saying Le-young doesn't even know her circle of friends. That's when Le-young realizes she already knew the truth. Hana insists June must have had a reason and says they're just friends before walking away. Later that night, Hana tries calling June, but his phone is off. The next morning, she tries again to explain, but he walks right past her. His mind's made up, and she can't fix it. Sometime after, June walks with Le-young and Choi, but suddenly leaves mid-conversation. Le-young leaves too, leaving Choi standing there, quietly crushed. On her way home, Hana spots Le-young getting attacked by a group of people. Without thinking, she starts recording the scene. When they notice her, she quickly shows them a clip of the same girl who was with them earlier, now seen hanging out with another guy. The girl hits Hana, and the guy raises his hand to strike her, when June suddenly shows up and fights them off. Hana apologizes to him, saying he misunderstood everything and that she never exposed his secret. The next day, Hana arrives at school practically glowing. For the first time, she's trending on the Insta app. Her friends congratulate her, and she rushes to the usual spot where June's waiting. She thanks him for helping her become famous, and he apologizes for misjudging her. She reminds him he's the one who taught her how to be social and asks him to keep teaching her. When she holds his hand, he stiffens but agrees. Then Le-young shows up, announcing he'll help her too. Hana and June both freeze. Le-young smirks and says her lack of confidence comes from the wrinkles on her face. Hana looks crushed, and June snaps at him for being cruel, saying he should focus on her good qualities instead. Le-young mockingly challenges him to name any. June tries, fumbling, and finally blurts out that she's kind. Le-young interrupts, saying he's known her longer, but June fires back that he knows her better now. The two start arguing again, while Hana just sighs and walks off. When they get back to class, Choi announces a 1-minute video competition. Hana gets excited and wants to film something creative. She asks both June and Le-young to join, but they refuse. June can't show his face publicly, and Le-young says she should rely on herself. That stings, especially when she remembers her last disastrous video. June tells her that if she really wants to win, she has to depend on herself. Le-young mocks her again, saying she doesn't even know what a short video should look like. Back in class, Hana sees everyone filming together. Le-young walks in and smiles at her, But instead of joining her, he teams up with someone else. Feeling left out, Hana asks Choi if she can join her video. Choi agrees, impressed by her determination. Meanwhile, June runs into Le-young on the street. Le-young admits he likes Hana, but says June has no right to be with her because he's been lying all along. That night, Hana gets a message from Choi, a dance video for their upcoming performance. She watches it with June but quickly gives up, saying she can't dance. June tells her Choi is a professional dancer and a popular YouTuber who's been dancing since childhood. Then Le-young joins them and helps Hana practice. She lights up, excited to finally learn something new. After memorizing the routine, Hana visits Choi, who hurriedly hides a bottle of pills when Hana walks in. Choi looks tense and distant. She used to like June, but now he's fallen for Hana instead. Right before the dance performance begins, June, Hana's old friend Young, and several classmates arrive to watch. As the music starts, Hana lights up the stage, stealing everyone's attention with her energy and charm, which only makes Choi more irritated. After the performance, Hana finds Choi in the bathroom and tries to talk, but Choi coldly tells her to stay away. Before Hana can respond, Choi suddenly collapses. Panicked, Hana rushes her to the school clinic with June's help. The nurse reveals that Choi took diet pills, which are banned at school. Later, Hana checks on Choi and finds her awake but cruelly dismissive. Choi spits out her resentment, saying she hates Hana and that she's worthless. Hana realizes in that moment that Choi's hatred comes from love. She had feelings for June. Overwhelmed, Hana tells June they should come clean about everything, including their fake confession. When June hesitates, she warns him she'll release his video herself. Later, Hana sits quietly, thinking about how close she and June had become. That's when Young finds her crying and takes her out to eat. At first, she refuses, but he gently makes her eat a little. She admits she hurt people, especially Choi, and that she should have remained innocent. Hearing this, Young gets frustrated and takes her to their childhood spot. There, he tells her to be strong and not let sadness ruin her face. But when Hana brings up June, his expression hardens. Just then, June appears. The tension grows. When June tries to approach, Young blocks him, reminding him he met Hana first. Hana steps between them and tells Young she'll see him again later, then walks away. June quietly ends things between them, and she leaves in tears. The next day, the entire school buzzes, waiting for June's arrival. Hana tries to talk to Choi, but Choi cuts her off harshly and walks away. Soon after, Hana discovers several anonymous posts online attacking June. She starts deleting them one by one, desperate to protect him. But Choi catches her, grabs her phone, and refuses to listen. She says she'll return it later and storms off. Meanwhile, June records a video confessing the truth about himself. Hana sits crying, thinking about warning him while Young trains nearby. His manager tells him he's finally allowed to appear publicly. The next day at school, everyone is gossiping. Young's identity as a trainee is out. Hana doesn't see either of them. Then Choi pulls her aside, demanding her phone back and promising she won't misuse it again. Hana refuses, saying she knows June's secret and plans to post the video. Choi snatches the phone and walks away, but Hana chases her down, bumping into her and grabbing the phone before running off. Angry, Choi screams after her. When Hana returns to class, everyone's talking about June's sudden reappearance. She bumps into Young, drops her phone and panics, fearing it's broken. Young coldly says June's secret is about to be exposed and leaves her standing there. Determined to help, Hana runs off and finds June with Choi and Young. She tries to help him find a solution, but Choi lashes out. Hana then confesses that she's the one behind the anonymous app, that she can see every post, who made it, and who deleted it. June believes her, finally understanding. But it's too late. June feels the truth is already out, so he releases his own video, admitting he's not part of any trainee group. Choi storms off in anger after hearing it. Hana breaks down crying, apologizing for everything, but June gently tells her to calm down. When they return to class, they find June's desk vandalized with paint and trash. Hana and Young rush to stop the others. Later, Young calls June aside, and the two leave together. At the school's video competition, the results are announced. June wins. He steps on stage and apologizes to everyone, admitting he lived dishonestly, but now wants to live truthfully and peacefully. Afterward, Choi meets June and apologizes. Hana sees them together, smiling faintly, relieved they made peace. She quietly returns the phone to where she found it and meets June afterward. When she sees him, she hugs him tightly, thanking him for teaching her valuable lessons and facing everything bravely. As they sit together, June finally confesses that he truly loves her. The two of them stay together happily with their friends. In the final moment, Hana looks at the camera and says, "Everyone should focus on the unique traits in their personality to be loved and truly stand out." And that's how the story ends. If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next K-drama story. This is Jennifer signing off. See you in the next video.